Hello and welcome back to the Bad Friends podcast. My name is Tomás Murphy and I'm not wearing my watch. This is Connor.
In case you didn't know me,
we're in the same room this week. We're
First
back,
time ever.
episode 25. It's only taken us a year and a half to do this.
it's only taken us 4 months to record another episode. You've missed us.
Yeah. So.
Meanwhile, what are we?
Yeah.
What are we really saying? We just didn't do the podcast because there was fuck all to talk
We
about.
just didn't do it. We didn't want to.
I had no interest, but we're back now.
We're back. Back with a bang.
You're
Don't
glad to see
call
us.
it a comeback.
It's me, Father Brian. So this is gonna be weird because we haven't even been on. We're like removed from Spotify now. If you search up the Bad Friends podcast, we're not on it anymore.
We got
Because
banned from Spotify.
we've gone past.
No, we didn't.
We've gone past our 90 days for this stay up, which is a bit annoying, but we move. We're going to be on it now. If you're listening on Spotify,
Welcome to the Bad Friends podcast.
send us a little tweet. You can't
Send
see
us-
the video.
send us a
You
little
can't
tweet.
see the extra effort that we're going
Yeah, you can't see. We
You prick.
We booked out a studio. That's not true. This is the
is
loft
Moss's
above
loft.
my shed.
I mean, if we're going to start with the topic, I think the most obvious one is probably the best one, which is COVID and back to school and all that shit.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
The thing that's kind of just been everywhere for the last. Well, that's the whole point of it. It's
For the last 9 months, nearly 7 months.
What month did it
March.
come in? Came in March. It just
Well,
arrived.
no, schools
Just
closed
arrived.
down in March. First case was in like November last year,
Yeah.
but it only kind of blew up in early March, late February.
And
So
then-
yeah, about 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, and I mean we had a good spot for like the end of summer was decent where there was just like
Yeah.
fuck all cases anywhere.
the middle of July to the middle of August, it was alright. And then, like 3 days before my 18th birthday, they were like, no, 6 people in a room.
It's shit.
Very shit.
It-
So,
Although you are allowed to go to school, which I think is a bit fucking backward in the way that they're trying to promote. Like
yeah.
you can't really go and meet up with anyone outside of
It's-
school. But because you're in school, COVID's like, I'll leave it so.
It's COVID has evolved, so it doesn't actually go into school.
No,
schools, you
no,
know?
it has that common sense.
Yeah,
No,
it's like,
it's like-
nah, these kids are trying to get a better education.
Trying to build for their future. We can't. I can't go fuck that up.
But if there's more than 3 households in a room,
I'm going in.
it'll get fucked up.
But yeah, like it. I don't know. Do you feel like we were asked this in French the last day? I don't know were you even in the room because I think you were gone. But we were asked if like we're scared, like in school, if we're a bit worried about it, and like, yeah, of course, we fucking are. There's like,
Obviously, it's on your mind, like, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I'm definitely very aware.
aware that it's probably just one case away from school fucking closing again.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. It's what like with the restrictions that they put in our school anyway. Like, I was about to say you feel safe enough. You don't really. Like,
if everyone followed them, you would. But
yeah, no one fucking does.
Not even the teachers follow half of them.
Yeah, in our school, just for some context here, we have one-way systems. So there's like certain stairs you can only go up one way, and certain stairs you can only go down one way. And we're allowed in by one door, and then right in front of us is a one-way system where you can only come down. The amount of fucking teachers and even people in our year and shit that are just running up the stairs straight away. And it's like,
And like I get into school at 8 o'clock every morning. School doesn't start till after 9 o'clock.
yeah,
And like I get it, if there's no one in the school and you had to go up to your locker and it was just up those stairs and there's no one else around, and you'd be like, alright, just go up. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck about that. But there's boys that go in like after lunchtime and they're like 30 of them just go up the one-way stairs the wrong way, like. But like, there's fucking nothing you can do about it.
yeah, it's hard enough to enforce it because, well, you can't be watching everyone every minute of every day. It's the same way with like gonna get some angry anti-maskers here with masks going on, because there's some serious, like where I work, there's some serious amount of people who come in, they don't have the mask on, or they have it on wrong, or it's on inside out, or it's on and it's up to here, which is the most fucking annoying thing in the world. Because it's like, I get you're probably trying,
Yeah.
but you're making it completely redundant. It's just completely fucking pointless.
Yeah.
I'll wear it. I'll like, the whole point is that you're not breathing out anything. And there's some fucking idiots who just didn't pay attention in primary school science who didn't realize you breathe out your nose as well. You only breathe out like here. You only go. It's grand. If I can go into my mask, it's fine.
Yeah.
But my fucking nose is just out.
Yeah.
It's,
like, I don't know.
It's like, there's teachers who do it. There's one lad in our school, we're going to obviously keep him anonymous. But if Corona gets into our school, he's 100% fucking getting it. You know who it is? No, not him.
Well, yeah, him as well.
Well, him as well, but CG. I'll censor it here.
Oh, Jeremy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he just takes his mask off in like every class.
Yeah, he's just sat in every class and he
I have
has
a mask on me.
I have a mask on me.
He'd be sitting, you'd be looking at him in class, and you just go like that, put it on his chin.
He'd be like this, and the teacher's looking at him, and then he'll turn around and he'll go like,
for like 10 minutes.
He'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, the teachers look down, and he'll be like, and they'll give out to him. He'll be like, I don't know why you're giving out to me. I'm wearing my mask. You're wearing it fucking wrong.
He's such an idiot. Yo, you're swearing in this podcast.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm not afraid of my parents hearing it.
First podcast where Connor is swearing. I'm going to
First
change
video
this
on
jumper.
YouTube where I'm swearing, because every other video I've recorded is in my house, apart from that one video where we went into an abandoned house. And I hit my head off glass, and somehow I cut my head open.
Yeah.
I just fucking died. I just bled to death.
And I got it on video.
I
was like, stop being a pussy.
Just start pissing yourself laughing. Me just lying face down on the ground, blood pouring.
Yeah.
But anyway, back on this COVID topic. with back to school and like what do you make of like wearing the mask all day though? Like, do you not find it a bit? Because it is a bit shit.
It's a bit shit. It's a bit shit. But you have to do it. Like, I don't mind it. I'm used to it now at this stage.
Yeah.
But like wearing it 6 hours a day, like, it's just fucking annoying.
It's great when we have certain classes, like, we're so spread out, we're able to take off the mask. Like, we're 2 meters apart, so that means we can take off the mask.
Yeah.
I don't know how logical
I don't think you're supposed to.
I don't think you're meant to at all. But
they let us.
So I
don't like. Okay, I'll do it.
And they open up all the windows.
All the windows are always open, and our school is cold on a good day. So
if all the windows and doors in the entire school was closed and the heating was on full blast, our school would still be cold.
Yeah.
So when they have the windows and doors open 24/7, so that they can obviously like let airflow or some shit in, it's just like you're just freezing. You're just in class trying to focus on your like biology or something. And you're just freezing cold.
Some teachers like I bring in a hoodie as well. Like, I wear it over my uniform in the mornings and lunchtime. Yeah. And some teachers like let you wear it, but
some teachers are apparently asking our principal now if we can, which is good because and one of them just being like, wear a vest. I'm not a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, I'm not an old man.
Like,
1 second. Keep talking. Keep talking.
I don't know. Like, there's obviously pros and cons to it. The pro being you stay alive. The con being it's like when you take off the mask at break or at lunch, it's honestly like
reeks.
You're not, if you lot are watching the video, you're not who are on Spotify.
I got up to change my hoodie, or change my jumper, and the one that I picked up fucking smell it.
Not fucking
smell it.
I know who it came from. I'm not worried.
It's not my hoodie. Just smell it. Just give it a whiff.
Fuck me.
Okay, so that's not that one. Sorry.
Get in the bin.
Jesus Christ.
look like a ghost with the light coming in. Like this side of my face, it's pure white. But yeah, like, it's become a case now where like when you go for break, going for break is way more rewarding now than it was last year, because obviously we're all spread out more. You actually cannot just talk in class. You can't just not pay attention. You have to pay attention because you don't have someone that you can just like elbow and go like, that thing the teacher said was funny, wasn't it? That was
I can
dumb.
nearly do it to you in history.
Yeah, but either way, you still kind of have to get my attention.
Connor. I'll just say his name like out loud.
Yeah, there's no like nudging someone.
Yeah.
And like, hey, listen to this.
Unless you throw something at them. Throw a
Yeah.
note at them.
Yeah, Tomás likes to draw Manny Heffley and put it in my pocket.
Throw like
3 times. I've done it 3 times, Tomás. In 3 weeks. Every week I get a new drawing of Manny Heffley. But
yeah, because I'm good at it.
But like I don't know, man. It's gonna have to become normal, but at the same time, I don't know how much longer school's gonna stay open.
I'd be very, very surprised if he made it all the way to Christmas.
Yeah, like in Ireland now we have a 5-step thing. So if it reaches level 5, everything kind of hits the fan, and that means I don't know what level 5 must be like doomsday. It must be the rapture or something, because at this point we're at pretty much the same amount of daily cases that we were when everything shut down in Ireland.
Yeah.
If not just a little bit below. And we're on level, 2? We are, anyway.
Galway is.
Yeah. So...
more than likely we'll be in lockdown in the next 2 weeks.
Which is great. At least we're not like England, where they're saying, hey students, or not the UK.
Your fault.
Hey students, it's all on you. I hope you know it's your fault that we told you to come and live in your accommodation.
Eat out to help out, but fuck you at the same time. I don't know, fucking Boris Johnson doesn't know what the fuck he's on about.
I know.
He looks like a fucking... looks like they just found him somewhere.
Just found him and
Just
dragged
found
him
him. They're like, here.
He was the best paid job in the country, apart from being a footballer.
Or the Queen.
Speaking of that, actually, I saw this. This isn't in our list of topics, so I'm just kind of completely spitballing this. But did you see the stat? Not the stat, the like news report that said that British taxpayers have apparently paid like £15 million for Prince Andrew to go play golf.
Didn't see that, no.
They've paid 15
million.
million to go to let a nonce, a literal nonce, go and play golf. Imagine like working your minimum wage job.
They're paying a ridiculous amount of tax. Like half your wage. And like a fucking pedophile.
Just
Pedophile's
so
leisure.
some nonce can go and have fun out in the golf course in America. Speaking of not paying tax as well, and another nonce, Donald
Ooh.
Trump doesn't pay tax.
Donald Trump. Here, let me pull it up.
How much is it he paid?
Donald Trump paid $750 in federal income tax in 2016 and 2017. The New York Times reports.
Yeah. I don't know if you also saw there was one tweet made where they went back and found his old tweet where he was like, people need to start paying their tax because America's in the bin because we have no money, like when Obama was in 2012, and it was like, well, now we know he actually paid $0 in tax that year.
Between 2001 and 2016, Trump paid no income tax in 10 of those years. Trump responded to the investigation saying, it's fake news, totally fake, and his tax returns have not been released because they are under audit. So he's been fucking audited anyway.
Yeah. Look, wait. Scroll up there a bit again, just to get up to the top piece. I love how his only defense is being like, it's fake news, which is his defense for fucking everything.
No, that's not real. Oh, okay.
Okay, Donald. I'll just take your word for it.
Okay, Mr. President.
One of the richest men in the world. Like,
okay, the most powerful man on the planet.
There's some serious amount of like fully grown, like adult men who are fucking billionaires. Like, have enough money to probably cure cancer and solve world hunger. And thanks for putting up the picture of Jeff Bezos. Just Tomás has a laptop here beside me, right? And since I've started setting things up, he's just had random pictures of Jeff Bezos and me come up, and now he's zooming in on Jeff Bezos. But like people Jeff Bezos.
You kind of look like him.
I don't look like Jeff Bezos.
You kind of do.
I don't look.
You look more like Jeff Bezos than I look like Sky does Minecraft.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I do not look like Sky does Minecraft. That could be you in like 30 years. Except
If it means
probably won't be a billionaire.
I was about to say, if it means in money terms, then yeah, cool.
Do you know that we're closer to having $1 billion than Jeff Bezos is?
Are we? Oh, because he's
Because he's got
270
270 something billion. What's his net worth?
Jesus Christ, Jeff Bezos' net worth. But like people like him who probably, and we're saying this in the case of Jeff Bezos, I have no idea if he pays tax or not. Probably not.
$175.3 billion.
Like,
set to be the world's first trillionaire by 2026.
Yeah, I don't know how.
He earned 13 billion in one day a couple of weeks ago. The most amount of money earned in a day by anyone ever.
Yeah,
$13 billion.
and how much of it went for tax?
How much is in my account right now?
£5.
Don't know if I'm willing to disclose this, but
Definitely just like
no.
a tenner.
Oh,
You willing to disclose that, or will I censor it?
you can censor that. For a while, for like 6 months straight, I had 16 cents in my account.
Yeah, I remember that. You were asking me for money just so that you could get like fucking sweets.
Yeah, I was just buying like food.
And you're just like, oh, I've only got 16 cents. Can't get it, I suppose. Connor, can I have €1 to buy these chocolate digestives?
No, it was you that buy the chocolate digestives. I was buying cool food, like, I don't know.
Now you're buying innocent
Kinder
smoothies.
Buenos. Yeah, I spend all my money on innocent smoothies now.
Every day.
Innocent smoothies for an innocent boy. Took me a while to say that one.
Innocent.
Okay, speaking of going back to the corona. Ow. Put myself in the balls.
This is just like Joe. We've even got the wood background. Oh no, Joe Rogan has the brick background.
Bricks, yeah.
Yeah, we're the weaker Joe Rogan experience.
What the fuck? No, we're not. The Bad Friends experience. Oh, that hurt.
who's the Straw Bad Friends podcast?
The what?
Like
Straw. Oh, he's brick, we're wood.
Yeah, who's Straw? The ISOcast.
Yeah.
Remember
Loudcast. Hey, fuck you, Marley. I should have been in the fucking Nowgang.
So did Owen. There was like There was like 3 other people that were meant to join the Now.
Was Owen not in the Nowgang?
Owen wasn't in the Nowgang. No.
Oh, no.
No. It was me, Tom, James, Marley, Natalie, and Leah.
Sophia.
No, Sophia wasn't either. You're mixing up Nowgang and Jam Scott.
Yeah.
Jam Scott was all the Nowgang boys plus Owen. Owen, Amanda, and Sophia. But hopefully that wasn't picked up.
Someone's in my shed.
What else was?
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, going out.
Yeah.
So today is Monday. Last Saturday night, I went out in town. I'm 18. So I'm allowed.
That's another topic for later.
Yeah, we're both 18. That's the topic.
That's it.
So I went out with a couple of my friends in town, and it was weird. It was strange.
Yeah.
So we went in and we met up in town. Whatever. There was like.
That was before pubs were reopened, wasn't it?
No, this is pubs opened this day last week. I went on just Saturday gone. So pubs were open. Wet pubs. Lovely wet pub.
Wet pub. It's got the rat's piss on the wall.
Yeah, so we went in and we didn't go to a pub that was like young people pub.
Went to an old man pub.
Kinda. It was a pub that I didn't even know was there. Because if you look at it from the front, it's just like a shop or like an off license. And the pub is like you have to go like through the back door to get to the pub area. But it is nice. It is nice in there. So we went in and we sat down and we were outside. So we went out and there was like sections. So there's like, you could fit, I don't know, probably 15. Because it's 15 people that are allowed outside now.
Yeah.
So you fit 15 people in each section and there was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of us. So I went out and then the bartender
came
out to us. They're like, what do you want? We order our drinks. There's no interaction.
Fuck do you want?
No interaction. No interaction at the pub, or at the actual bar itself.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much up to the staff to come out to us to check, rather than us going up and ordering drinks like you would usually.
Yeah.
So we went out, and then there was a lot. It was busy enough. It was pretty busy. We went into 2 other pubs beforehand, but they didn't have enough room for us. And just looking in there's like, people are just like if you looked at it, the only way you would have known any difference is because the staff were all wearing masks.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, it just looked like a normal pub, and there's no one at the bar. But like, it was weird. I don't know how comfortable any of us were.
Yeah. When it's just foreign, like.
Yeah, because it's been such a long time since. I mean, I've never been out drinking when I was underage, but it's been such a long time since pubs are open.
We're by we, I mean he's a good role model for any under 18s that watch this podcast. Who's under 18 and watches this podcast?
Tom GW.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Child.
There was some
Boy.
third year asked me to buy him cigarettes recently. I didn't do it. Yeah.
Don't. Okay. I mean,
he was like, buy me a bag of cigarettes. And I was like, what the fuck? No, you're so young. You're like 14. I was like, I'll buy you a drink when you're 16. No, I didn't say that. Fuck. No.
you're such a.
I keep forgetting we're recording. I'm not gonna buy him a drink. I'm not gonna.
Our French teacher just
Got a text from my French teacher.
mid
What
podcast.
does this say? Oh, it's my French corrections.
He's probably done the same for me now. Give it a minute, it'll come up in mine. Yeah, what the...
I don't care.
I mean, we
Sorry, I don't care.
we kind of mentioned it there about us both being 18 now.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any difference? Because I have not. Other than being able to buy shit now that like you don't have to go.
Please, will you buy this for me? I kind of have. In the fact that I feel more
Manly.
Yeah, no, not that. I feel more like, yeah, I got shit to do now.
Yeah.
But that could be the fact that I'm in leaving there as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, for me, it's just pretty much been just a whole lot of thoughts, like, about the future and, like, college and that. I have no clue what I want to do for college, and we're literally 1 month away from having to make that decision. And I still haven't a clue. So, it's a bit bad.
But you can change. It's 1 month further. You're like your first draft.
Yeah, and then you can change
And you can
again,
change it
like,
until like February.
Yeah.
But yeah. So through the lockdown, man, lockdown's been so long.
Actually, yeah.
Lockdown's been so long.
I
I had a full. Alright, so
Mental
lockdown started in March. 12th of March, school's closed.
Yeah.
So I've end of March. What's after March? April.
Yeah.
End of March, start of April. I had like a mental breakdown. I was so,
Sorry, I
like
shouldn't
even.
laugh. I really
Fuck
shouldn't.
you.
I shouldn't laugh.
No, it's funny looking back in it now. It is funny to look at like, but like even on my like private Twitter, I've deleted most of them now because they're fucking not. I don't want people looking at them, but like.
I'm actually gonna just save a little topic here. Okay.
Oh fuck yeah!
But, we'll get to that later. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so I had like a mental breakdown at the beginning of April, and then I was in a really shit mood for like 3 weeks, and then I recovered from it. I'm fine now.
Yeah.
And then I forgot that I had it all during lockdown, and I was like,
You had
okay,
a full
yeah.
character arc.
I've
throughout
literally had a full character development since March, but yeah, it's insane. It's crazy how just like how much has happened, and like how much still is happening. Like every day you hear like 10 things that 2 years ago all of them would have been like front page articles, And I was just like, oh yeah.
Like there's so much wild things that are happening now, but like everyone's just like, yeah, well, it's not COVID, is it? It's not 200 cases.
400 cases yesterday.
Yeah.
400 and something.
That's mental.
It's insane.
For like, to any UK people who are watching this, there's probably be a lot of you. That sounds probably like a good day.
Oh yeah, well the UK is fucked up.
But that's because you lot have about 60 million more people living there than I do.
In my country.
You live in me. Live through me. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm going to have a God complex. That's going to be my character arc. For Lockdown 2. What's your character...
Sorry.
What's your character arc for Lockdown 2?
Lockdown 2.
'Cause it is going to happen.
I'm going to start up my OnlyFans. This episode is sponsored by...
Everyone start your own podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Like us.
We have.
You want to be like us? I don't know anyone who want to be like us.
You want to be cool boys like me and Connor?
We have the podcast that you're listening to right now.
Maybe you're not. You are. I know you are. You're my favorite.
But if you're listening to us on Spotify, we are only here because of today's, I guess, sponsor, Buzzsprout.
Buzzsprout, yes.
Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online, listed in all of the major directories, like ours is, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. It's on Deezer.
It's on Deezer, guys.
Alexa, you can go, Ayo Alexa, put on the Bad Friends podcast, and Alexa will be like,
Sure
sound,
thing.
and we'll do it.
But she'll probably do Bobby Lee's on.
Yeah.
Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners. And the team at Buzzsprout are so passionate about helping you succeed. You can join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world, including us.
Yeah.
Tell them we sent you. Don't.
I've been using Buzzsprout now for how long have we been up on?
About 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months. And to be fair, it's been super, super handy. It's really good for tracking how well the podcast is doing outside on Spotify, which we probably would have no idea otherwise because it's not like YouTube where it has your analytics feed.
Yeah.
You're just kind of eyeballing it.
And if you sign up to Buzzsprout for a 2-month paid plan, you get a free $20 Amazon gift card.
Only using our link in the description.
Using this link in our description.
So feel free to start up your own podcast and use Buzzsprout to get it up absolutely everywhere. And if you use our link in the description, of course, you are also helping to support our show, which is very much appreciated, especially in his case. Because you're poor.
I'm not poor. I mean, yeah, I am. Click the link. Once again, big thank you to Buzzsprout. We would not be where we are without them.
Pog.
Thanks.
Back to the show. That's where I'll put in the ad read then.
Yeah. No, I don't know what I'm going to do for Lockdown 2. I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to not have a mental breakdown.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. I'm not going to...
I mean, you're an adult now, so
I'm a grown-up.
You're a grown man. Maybe you'll have a midlife crisis.
Maybe.
Maybe you'll just start dressing in leather and...
Buy a
get
motorbike.
Your hair all greasy, buy a motorbike.
I'm not... Oh, yeah. My hair. So I had a thing this year.
Oh, yeah.
My New Year's resolution of 2020 was I'm not going to cut my hair. Because I wanted to grow it out. So... But before that, I hadn't gotten a cut since August. So it was already quite long. So then I did get it trimmed in February. But it was still really long. I literally just got the size. The top was really long still. And then I let it grow out, and it was really nice, and I really liked it. And then, before we went back to school in early September, Mum was like, "You have to get your hair cut for school." I was like, "Why?" She was like, "You can't have it that long." I was like, "Yeah, you can." She was like, "Yeah." So I got it cut, and
big shame.
Yeah, I was really pissed off, and I regret it. And especially when I walked into school, and like 3/4 of the lads have long hair now. I was like, I was fucking destroying this game a couple of weeks ago.
There was one lad who, his hair was quite short, I'd say, before, well, I'm just comparing it to now, before...
KN?
No, LC.
Oh, yeah.
Who, when he had a mask on in English, the English teacher came over and thought he was foreign exchange, because they had just hadn't a clue that it was him, because his hair was like, his hair now covers one of his eyes now.
It goes all the way down to his chin.
Yeah.
But mine was like that as well, but my hair is curly naturally, so That's why the ladies love it. So when it's long, it doesn't look as long. So like when my hair was at its longest, it wasn't like, it was going down to like here, like as a fringe.
Yeah.
But I could, if I pulled it out, it was down to like here. Like I could wrap it around my chin.
Jeez. When you were like doing it in school and it was going down to like here, I was like, you need to get a haircut, man. That's like, mental.
But
like,
no,
the
I
longest
fucking loved it.
Mine reaches like here, and then I need to get a haircut because this looks really bad if it's very long. My quiff looks awful. I just referred to it. I'm gonna get like, if any of the Owen Powell stans that might watch me, don't make the quiff thing a Twitter joke. I'm talking to you. Who's a good, lovely Marriott? You probably don't watch my shit anyway, but
Why'd you ask me who's a fucking Twitter stan?
yeah.
I don't follow. I follow real people.
Speaking of Twitter,
No, we're not talking about this now. There's definitely people still listening.
I mean,
Oh fuck it. Okay, go on. You say it. You can talk about it.
okay.
You present the case and I'll defend my case. Oh, this is so bad. I don't want to talk about this.
So, how long did we start recording? About half an hour ago. I was setting up to record.
I don't like it.
I look over to Tomás. Tomás
George. These are my followers. Sorry.
Tomás has
Sorry.
his he has his Twitter open. He has it open right now. But he had like the little DM thing open. And I don't know what the fuck that account is. I assume it's like a porn bot. I assume.
She's a model.
And I look, top messages me, and then there's like all the rest of his normal DMs. But in between me organizing this podcast that you're listening to, and whoever was next, is Tomás asking some model or porn bot or something to say, and I look across, and I look at Tomás's DMs, and I'm just like, why have you done that then?
He was like, John, explain that to me. And I was like, explain what? Because I didn't know he'd seen it. I didn't even know, I forgot about it. Okay, so as I said, I went out on Saturday night. And clearly had a great night. So I was very drunk. And I didn't even remember about it until Connor saw it. So I'm not that guy usually. God. This is so grim. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is the worst. Move on. Start talking about something else.
No, but like it's
you
gotta admit that's fucking hilarious.
It is, yeah.
If you looked over and looked at my Twitter and you saw that, you would not let that go.
Yeah.
At all. Like,
no, it is, yeah.
Half of our mutual friends would probably know about it by now.
I would put it on my story. Yeah. Okay.
I can't. How does that even come about, like, though? I guess until I'm not drunk, I've never been drunk, so I don't know what.
We were just out and I don't know what we were talking about.
Probably got some had something like you
We were
requested
like,
messages or something.
It was like, Tomás, you should message this, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. Or I just looking through Twitter and saw, I don't know.
Like who to follow or something.
Yeah, or fucking probably Marley liked something.
Yeah, there was a video I sent him of that
Yeah.
Marley had up on his Twitter yesterday that I
didn't
how do I
watch it.
describe this?
I didn't watch it. I saw the first second and I was like, I'm not doing this to myself.
Girl jumping on man's
Penis.
that. I'm trying to stay. I was about to say I'm trying to stay family friendly, but I'm really not. Why are you watching SpongeBob while we're recording this?
Because this day in 2001, the Fry Cook Games commenced.
This is us after we. This is us when we said we're gonna bring the podcast back. Yeah.
Me and the boys after a night out.
Anyway.
Okay.
I mean.
I don't know what that is. There's someone downstairs.
And cattle outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other?
What were we talking about before that?
I mean, we were talking about just like Twitter stat. Your hair.
My hair. We were 18. That's what we
this,
started.
this is what I meant. I tweeted earlier that our segues were really bad because there's like this one clip of Joe Rogan who's talking about like how you can put a monetary value on life, and then he immediately just stops and goes, "Do you see that video of that guy hitting a moose with his truck?
Did you see that video of the
awesome, bro. I'll show you it.
Did you see the video of the guy accidentally hitting a moose with his car? Guy's like, no. Oh, it's fucking sick.
Yeah. So yeah, you were saying, did I feel different because I'm 18 now?
Yeah.
Did we do a podcast since you were 18?
No, we haven't done one since May. I turned 18.
Oh, I just had it in my
notes.
I had it in my notes, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm 18 now as well. Yeah. So, how far in are we?
We are 35 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, you're asking, did I feel different? I do. In a better way.
Yeah.
Before lockdown and during lockdown, then my breakdown was kind of like not because of, but to do with partially me being like. So I broke up with my ex-girlfriend in last August.
Yeah.
August of last year.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
wasn't it on your?
It was 17th? On my 17th birthday. Yeah.
Which was a bit.
So better than on her birthday, which was a couple of weeks later. But yeah, so then I was like, by February and March, I was like, oh, I'm still single. So I was like, that's not great.
Yeah.
And then there is stuff with a girl. I'm not gonna go into it for her sake.
Yeah.
But I was like kind of fucked up over it. So then I was like, I got recovered from my meltdown. But I was still like on my mind. I was like, I kind of expected to not still be in this situation by now.
Yeah.
But then literally, the second I turned 18,
yeah, like
I was talking to
one of our friends.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep him
anonymous.
Yeah.
CM that just did his lead.
Yeah.
I was talking to him, and like while it was happening, and I was like, man, I sent him a voice note on Snapchat. I was like, man, I'm 18 now. Like, fuck it, I'll be fine. So literally, that's the biggest change. I was like, all right, I'm not lonely anymore. I'm just like, all right, it like whatever it's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no point worrying about it. So that's why that's my biggest thing. So yeah, that's kind of the main thing that I'm feeling now is better.
I mean, with me on the other hand, it's probably kind of worse because I'm like, yeah, it's awesome that I'm 18 now. I have, like, I'll probably be able to drive soon enough. Well, I am able to drive now, but not legally, on my own. But when I'm able to, that'll be handier for everyone and myself. It'll probably make recording this easier.
Record it in the car.
Yeah. But I mean, all around it's just like not much has really changed other than the now looming thought in the back of my head of you have a future to plan for and you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
And when that's just there, like I've sat down a few days after I've done my homework and I'm like, why did I do that? Like, none of that's actually going to benefit what I want. I don't want to do any of that ever again after I finish with it. Most of it's maths.
Yeah.
And because when I look at college courses, a lot of the ones that come up are maths related, and I'm like, I want to stay away from maths. And because I'm in English and history, like, they're my two subjects that I really like.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm like, I want to do something along those subjects lines, because at the end of the day, that's all the experience I have. I know we did work experience technically when we were in TY.
Yeah.
But that was literally just... Oh,
like,
none of our paid workers...
It was like sit there for
we're not,
2 hours.
We're not bothered to get any of our paid workers through this, so you can do this, and it's really easy. And it's like, okay, cool, I did that. Move on. But when when it comes down to trying to pick a career, all you have really to base off is school subjects.
Is what you like in your school subjects.
And chances are, I know I haven't experienced it, so technically, how am I meant to know? But like, how much of my real life job is going to be based on our history teacher saying, do this thing, and me going and doing it?
Yeah.
How much of it is going to be based on that, and how much of it's going to be shit I actually like? Because when you look at careers then in like history and English, my two subjects that I like, there's just nothing. There's either journalism, teaching, or archaeology. Archaeology, maybe that would be cool.
Yeah, but
How are you gonna get money from that?
it's like 1 in 100, 1% chance of you finding anything. So you could just be digging all the.
Journalism. How many freaking journalists are there? Like, there's so many.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. If you want to find that one thing that's almost like guaranteed, there's your job. You do that all the time. Whereas if you're a journalist, you're kind of like hopping from place to place. I'm writing this.
Yeah.
Please take it. They say no. Oh well, guess I'm doing another week with no money.
Yeah.
And then teaching, no thanks. I have no patience for that. As is, whenever we get put in like group work or anything, I hate it. I hate group work. Like,
Connor only likes group work when it's like with three people. Three.
that I
There's
know.
like there's like
that I know
three certain
pretty
people
well. Yeah.
that he likes group work with, and the rest of them he hates it.
Yeah, because either I like to be in 100% control or be able to rely on the other people. And when, like, the three that I would probably trust if I was put in group work, 3 or 4, maybe 5 people I'd say all around that I could actually probably trust a group work to actually pull their weight.
Yeah.
And everyone else, I'm just like, I don't know if you're going to do that, so I'm going to do it before you. And then I burn myself out completely.
Yeah.
Like, we had, what was it? It was in TY. It was a geography thing. Remember, we had to go and like present our things that we did, that because we were so nice. Oh no, it was like CSP. We're so nice. We're like, gonna go and visit people in nursing homes or something like that.
Yeah.
And we had to do write-ups on it, and we had divided out all of the write-ups, like 6 weeks before we even started doing them. And then the week of it came, and they were like, okay, so you all should have your write-ups done. Who's going to organise it? And I put my hand up because no one else would. And I was like, fine, I'll compile them all together. It'll be grand. And then I got them, and half of them just weren't done. The other half were like, half the essay was written. Or it was written. One of them, and he's a friend of ours, so I'm RB. I'm going to keep him anonymous.
Yeah.
It was done, but in my opinion, when I read it, I was like, that is fucking awful. That is so bad. So I just completely rewrote it myself. I literally sat down for about an hour and I just completely rewrote it. And he has no idea that I did that. If he listens, which he probably won't, now
There
you
you
know.
go.
Your project was really bad, so I did it for you.
In that vein, in TY, we had 50. How many write-ups? 46.
It was 40. No, it was 50.
50.
But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of the number 42, which is how much you handed in.
Yeah. So, in TY, each week we had 1 or 2 activities where we'd go and do a workshop or someone would come and give a talk.
Yeah.
And after each of them, we had 50 throughout the year. After each of them, we had to write up like a page on it, page
Not
or
even
two.
for most of them.
Most of them was like half a page because it was just like a short, like, they talked about this, then they went,
And give it a rating.
Yeah, rate it out of 10 or whatever. How do you feel? Would you like to do it again? It was like a survey, pretty much. I didn't do them. I didn't do them.
No, here.
I did some of them.
You did some of them, but
They weren't
end
great.
of the year came. He handed out the list like 2 days before they were all due.
So we had
which was really
we had,
stupid.
we had to hand them up at the end of the year in our portfolio.
Yeah, and then he gave us the
So,
list, and there was like a few of them that were like, everyone was like, I didn't know we had to do a write up on that. So like, we ended up just like passing them around like they were trading cards. Like, oh, I have this one done, but you don't have that one done. So we'll just
we'd
swap, and then that's it done, and we print it off. Tomás comes to me in like my email, And I've like got about 50 emails, not 50.
I'm
That's
gonna
all,
find it.
I've got about 5 or 6 emails of people being like, "Hey, I don't have this done. Can you send it to me?" And I'd be like, "Sound, I'll send it off to them." Because most people only ask for 1 or 2. Tomás comes and he's like, "Connor, for the whole year I did 10 write-ups." And I was like, "Wow, that is a shame. Guess you're gonna have to do 50 write-ups in this next 24 hours, or else you're going to fail transition year, the notoriously easiest year to pass. You literally just have to do half a page of a write-up. You can do no homework for the whole year, and you have to do just half a page of a write-up in a class. You have a class to do this. They took 10 minutes to do. Love how half our emails are us sending scribbly old links to each other in like IT. And Tomás comes to me, he's like, "Okay, I've only got 10 done." And I was like, "Oh, that's going to be a shame for you to write them up." And you're like, "Yeah, can you send me some of them?" And I was like, "Okay." And I sent you about 15 to be nice. And you were like, "Thank you." And then I came in the next day and I was like, "Did you get any more written up?" And you were like, "Nope." I just took the ones you gave me. And I was like, "Fine." I go home and I give him like 30 more. And then I go home and I give him 30 more. And then when the end of the year comes and the grades are being handed out, we're told to go through and... Wow, Tomás. Thanks for that email. Tomás emailed me on
the 30th of April
and said, "Wow, Connor, you're so cool. I wish I was you. You're clearly the better podcast host." But anyway, on the actual story that we're trying to tell.
Yeah, keep going.
We had to go and sort out like everyone's sheets that were being given back to them. Like they got like a little portfolio, and you're meant to give that to them. Jesus.
Was that you?
No. You're meant to give them, give the student the portfolio, and then they'll be like, "Cool, here are all the things I accomplished in TY that I have not looked at since I finished TY 2 years ago." And I looked at Tomás's. I had happened to send him 42 write-ups because I had counted them when I sent them. And I look at Tomás's as I'm stapling it, and I read what he got in his grades for his write-ups. Oh, 42 out of 50.
Here they are. Career guidance. Jaws.
Show 18 attachments. And 24 attachments. 2 emails. One of them 24 attachments. The other one 18 attachments of just write-ups. You've better records of RTY than I do because you just have all of my write-ups.
Can I show it? I didn't send anything before, no.
You probably just... I
Probably
would
just
just
texted
send
you.
that picture of Elmer Fudd and just be like, "Send me all your stuff, please."
Yeah. Do you want to read some of them?
You know what? That could be a funny thing. What if there's French play?
What
Is
was the
there a
funny-
French play one? If there's a French play one, I remember I popped off. There we go. I popped off in that one. I wrote about how awful it was.
We went to see a play that was all in French and none of us speak French.
and they were like pretending to drive around in cars. What did I get? Did I give
Give
that
it
a 5 out of 10?
10.
That is nice.
It was
I thought I
like
gave it a
2 out
2.
of 10, yeah.
Loads of people gave it a 2 out of 10. What you enjoyed the most? I said facial expressions. I censored his name here. Because I remember when
They asked for volunteers.
yeah,
And he was like, okay.
he went up and he stood and he was just like, and they were like poking at him and trying to get him like a reaction out of him. And he was just stood there like so clearly fuming. But I don't know, like there was
It was
nothing
so
good
weird.
about it. There's like
It
just
wasn't funny.
people running around going, and Adam were playing France at rugby, and it was all about rugby, and we just about pieced
It was
together
about the
what
six. It
the
was
plot
about the
was.
Six Nations. About going to the Six Nations.
Yeah, and they go,
What did you learn from this activity?
not much.
Not much. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't understand the French, so I couldn't learn much from it. If I'm being fully honest, this is the worst activity we've done so far. Not to discredit the actors that are in it, not to say that they're idiots, but it was 100% not for me.
See how nice I'm trying to be nice, as if
It comes
as
across
if
so
our TY
passive aggressive. I didn't think
as
of a fuck like.
as if our TY like leader is just gonna go, that was a bit mean of you.
All right, Connor, that was a bit
I think he
unnecessary.
did. I think he was like, wow, okay, Connor. Why were you so mean about that? And I was like,
fuck off.
go away. Just go away. Why did you book it?
Yeah.
You like in our year now.
But he's a French teacher as
Yeah.
well.
In our year now, there is 2 French classes. last year there was just one, but that's because we were pretty much just all being taught at common.
Yeah.
And it was higher in ordinary. And I think by the end of this year, 100%, the majority of them will be in ordinary. 100%.
In our year?
Yeah.
If everyone did French.
Well, like, in our year now, like, everyone is in, we're the only higher level French. Do you reckon, like, half of them make it to a higher level leaving cert exam?
No.
Do you reckon you make it to
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'll pass it, but I will do it.
This year, in fairness, they knocked down, like, French. So it'll be a bit of a pretty stupid year to probably drop it. If you think you can pass last year, when it was harder, then you'll definitely pass this year, I think.
Yeah.
They've made it way handier for us.
Totally.
But, like, it's just... But why when, like, clearly half of the students are not going to do French in their leaving cert, half of them just didn't get French at all.
Mm.
And it was like, oh, well, here you go. Just go and listen to this. And everyone's just sat there like, I have a clue what is going on right now. I have no idea what the plot line is. I was sat beside one lad whose mom's a French teacher, and I was just getting, like, the plot drip fed to me in pieces. Like, I think this is what it is.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
Yeah, so it was... TY was good for the most part.
Man, if we could have done 3 years of TY and have that be our leaving cert, I would have done it. But that's because TY is literally designed to be a dossier.
Yeah.
I was watching V for
Why
Vendetta a
haven't
couple of
done it?
days ago, and I was thinking, like, of when we watched it in, like, a poetry.
I didn't watch
Workshop.
it. I wasn't in those days.
We had a poetry workshop, and they were just like,
Slam poetry.
yeah.
They were like...
The
way-
beginning, he was just swearing like mad, and he was just like, I was like, oh boy,
Before,
this is different.
Before everyone was like, this is going to be shit. So the teacher was like, no, it's going to be like a rap battle. I was like, yeah, this is going to be shite.
You just didn't come in, and then
I just didn't go in, yeah.
and then when it happened, everyone was like, that was one of the best that we've done all year, because he was literally just, he was spitting straight facts.
Just
No,
spitting bars.
he was literally just like talking about how poetry's
Sorry,
good,
I'm on Snapchat.
and then poetry's good, it's interesting, all this other stuff, and then we watched V for Vendetta for no reason, and then at the end he was like, rap is the modern poets in modern poetry, and we were like, okay, 6ix9ine's a poet then, and
Yes.
we were all like, that's kind of BS.
Does rap not stand for
uh,
rhythm and poetry?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that
That's
true?
kind of BS when you, yeah, it is. But like when you think about it, yeah, I guess you are correct. The strange man, and I don't know. Like, it was just fun. Like there was so many TY things that were really bad, and then there were some that were just really fun. Like all the sex ed workshops were really fun because everyone's clearly very uncomfortable, especially when
Connor just spat on his own leg.
when we had to go around in a circle and say what all our names were, but we had to come up with an adjective that had the same beginning
So it
letter.
had to begin with the same initial, yeah?
And we're not going
I
to say his
don't know,
name, but
mine
there was
is-
one lad whose name began with a K, and everyone went with just like Cool Connor or
Tomás. I forgot what I said.
and he
Terrific
for
Tomás or
some
something
for
like
some reason when his name began with a K, he chose Kinky.
Fuck
Why?
yeah. And then everyone still calls him that.
Like
Shouts it down the hall at him. And he is not the type of guy that you would think would refer to himself as kinky in front of other people.
no, he's one of the very very
He's
very,
very quiet.
quiet boys. Not like one of the really cool footballers. Look at me, I chose Kinky. Hell yeah. Look what class I am. Like Tomás. Why did I say it like that?
Like, yeah, why
Not
not?
like,
Like me and my Twitter DMs.
you know what they call me? That's how I introduce myself in the DMs.
Kinky Connor.
With the C.
Connor with a K.
No.
Connor with one N. Follow him,
Subscribe.
follow him on Twitter.
I'm wearing the hoodie from the famous profile
This
picture.
is the merch.
This is the merch. I'm
Connor's
just
merch.
buying out
Gap.
Gap. But I don't know what else happened in TY that was just really stupid. That we, what was there was one that was on like psychology, which is a career I'm actually kind of considering. We had like a psychologist come in. I was like, that was really interesting. I'd like to talk about stuff like that because that's kind of cool. And I have no idea how to get into it. But
You can do it right.
then of course, like some weeks you'd be like, oh, what's our activity going to be? Because you'd look forward to a Tuesday, which would be your activity, and you'd be like, yes,
Tuesday
got an
or
activity
Friday,
now. And it would end up being, I think we can say this one because it's a freaking international company, Intel Workshop, and you're like,
Is that the one that we had to do in NUOG?
no, it was like 15 minutes in the
Oh
TY room.
yeah, and they
That-
just brought some like shitty robots.
Yeah, and because
Like-
it was only like 15 minutes, half an hour long, we were all like, that wasn't really an
Left.
activity. And we went out on the walks for like 2 hours.
One time, we were supposed to do an activity, but they cancelled on us last minute. So we were with a teacher, who's not, I'm gonna say, he's not the best at his job, not the most competent man on the planet Earth.
I don't remember who the teacher is, but I remember
Oh,
there
you
only
know,
being like,
JM.
yeah,
That's-
there's only like, yeah. There was only like 9 of us in, and we were all just sat in the computer room for like.
No.
six
This
classes.
this is the other time when
Oh.
it was quite a nice day out. So the teacher went to the vice principal and was like, "What do I do with the boys?" And she was like, "Go to a classroom and let them do homework or study or whatever." And he was like, "Okay." And he turned around and we were like, "Sir, we're going to the tennis court to play football tennis," which we did in 20-something degrees Celsius.
Oh my god, I remember this. Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. And I dislocated my... No, I didn't. I sprained my ankle. Because someone stole my shoes and I had to jump over the tennis net to get them back and I fell over.
There was so many teachers would like be explicitly told something, and because we were TYs, they're like,
They just let us do what we wanted.
no. Like
He was loving it. He got himself a lovely 99. Sat down in the end of the tennis court.
yeah, like if I was a teacher, the handiest year would definitely be just TYs. You could literally do nothing with TYs. We did so many subjects where we just didn't do anything.
Mm.
We sat in history and we watched JFK assassination.
We did
Conspiracies.
conspiracy theories for like 6 weeks in history.
That was
The Umbrella Man.
amazing.
That was sick.
That was so good. I love that stuff.
What was the other? Do you know on the moon?
We did the moon landing one. We
We did
did
Robert
Martin
Kennedy
Luther
as well.
King.
The Kennedys. Kennedy brothers.
Nothing
Just a
bad.
storm deck.
Sit down.
Zombies.
Sounds like someone's breaking in. I hope they make that could be like a very short topic. I hope when they make the new Black Ops game, they put Ronald Reagan in zombies, because they've clearly
So you
got
can
his facial animation going.
Yeah.
Just get him and like
What year is that set
I
in?
don't know, Khrushchev, like
Yeah.
83. I think it's 83.
Yeah. Kennedy died in 63.
Yeah. Just get all the American presidents. You just
All
choose
in one
which
game.
American president do you want to
Obama.
be. I am Donald Trump in Call of Duty. Just not going to do anything and let him get mauled.
Ooh. Political.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Um.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Instagram.
For more hype. Should we make it? No.
No.
Bad
Follow
Friends
me on
Podcast
Instagram.
Instagram. Maybe if we had an actual studio and did interesting. If we were like happy hour, maybe that would be a good idea.
What's my Instagram?
Follow Tomás on Instagram.
Mossy with 8 Y's at the end.
Don't follow my Instagram.
That's shite.
Um,
What the fuck? Zayn Malik looks like Stalin. I'm gonna turn off Instagram because it's shit. Don't follow me.
Anyway.
Do follow me on Instagram. My Instagram's good.
This is the designated spot in the podcast where we say we will be recording more episodes of this podcast. So, hey, if you want us to talk about a certain topic or have a question you'd like to ask or want life advice, as we called it, which was a bit pretentious, send us an email. We haven't gotten any emails for like the last 10 episodes, which is a bit bad. But
Or tweet us, or literally just fucking. Most of you know me in real life. Just fucking text me.
yeah,
Just say it to me.
just like everyone's kept anonymous that listens to this podcast and that will send it in. Believe me, you probably don't want to be known as the guys that watch the Bad Friends podcast.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, send us emails. Like it's probably the most fun thing we do on the podcast.
Yeah, because it's not just fucking us
trying to come up with stuff to talk about. Like when it's, that sounds like we're really lazy.
No, but it's from an audience. It's not just us talking about whatever we want to. It's like
the audience actually guides.
It's like an actual thing to talk about.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I watched TV this week.
Yeah. Like when people were sending us in emails and we were being like, I'm in this situation, and we'd be like, well, do this, because if I was in this sort of a situation before or something like that, and you can kind of like branch it out to talk about your own personal things like we do, and you can answer the question at the same time. It's not like you're being completely oh, here's your answer, boom, done, get it done in like 2 minutes, because you can branch it out and make an actual good topic of it.
If you do want to start talking about your own topics, why don't you start your own podcast? With the help from our good friends Buzzsprout.
Let's go. Second ad read. Anyway, yeah. How long have we been going? An hour exactly. Will we wrap it up here?
Yeah, I think it's a good time to stop.
Yeah, I think we've accomplished a lot. We accomplished a lot in these podcasts.
A solid podcast.
Our link is in the top of the description if you want to start your own podcast with Buzzsprout.
Check it out.
It will be at the top of the description.
I'm not gonna say that, am
You're not meant to. I don't know what their guidelines are. We will be following them better. Sorry, Buzzsprout.
Click the link. Tell them Cactus Jack sent you. Goodbye.
Don't say that. Anyway.
Use code Cactus Jack for 100% off.
Send us emails. Follow us on Twitter. My Twitter, the podcast Twitter, and Tomás's Twitter are all linked in the description. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Good luck.
We'll chat to you in a bit.
Have fun. You safe.